Well, the first thing that happened to me this morning is that I got lost in the processional. I was following kids, and then suddenly, I don't know, I was following them to the nursery, and I thought, where am I going? So it reminded me of, as a child, I got lost in a Palm Sunday processional, but I remember being a little embarrassed by it, more than I am now. So I thought the best idea was to crawl under the pews to get to where I needed to be. My mother, who was singing in the choir, didn't think that was such a good idea. But I finally got to my spot, and I felt great after that. On this absolutely gift-filled Palm Sunday morning, we pause to open our hearts to the beauty that surrounds us. In this sacred space and in this precious moment of time. Our minds filled with all that clamors for our attention in these days, longs for the hope, the peace, the joy, and the love made manifest in the one we long to emulate. 2,000 years ago, this one named Jesus came through the eastern gate into Jerusalem, riding on a donkey, into a city filled with the expectations of a people looking for someone to save them. The people on that day, who were not the rich and the powerful, joyously celebrated his arrival. Each year in this place and in many places across the world, we reenact this humble display by waving the symbolic palm branches in a world so different, and yet perhaps almost exactly the same. For far too long, the people who surrounded Jesus had been held captive by those who lived for the glory of power and who believed their status and wealth were their birthright, bestowed upon them and them alone by the gods. The conqueror's parade coming into the city by the west gate was a show of force and might. It was a show intended to remind the people exactly who ruled their land and their lives. The Romans demonstrated their imperial power with an army on horses, hundreds, if not thousands, of foot soldiers, all wearing armor and helmets, as they proudly held their weapons and their banners mounted on poles topped by gold eagles. The sun was blinding as its reflection glinted on the metal and the gold. The people who were held in captivity could hear and see the marching of feet, the creaking of leather, the clinking of bridles, the beating of drums. The people saw and felt the relentlessness of swirling dust, reminding them their oppressors were in control of their lives. This all too real description, written by two eminent scholars, is chilling. It was chilling the first time I read it many years ago. It's chilling every time I read it again. And the parallels, sadly, to our time and place may soon be too hard to set aside. It would be easy in this gorgeous place where we are safe and secure to flippantly say there were two big, beautiful parades that day in the city. But the reality is the one led by the man on the donkey was not a parade, or a procession. It was a subversive protest, a protest that put into motion a reality that would change everything. All through Lent, we've been talking about this disruption of power. And on that day, Jesus sought to disrupt the power. He sought to disrupt the power in order to bring hope to the people, to bring peace to their land, and to help them once again find the joy of living. Jesus fearlessly stood up to the powers of that day. He fearlessly turned over the tables and called them out on what they were doing that was wrong. And he did all of this because of the love that would let him do no other. It is that love that still calls us to stand up to the power of our day because we can do no other. Those are a lot of words. I used to love, as a child, with all the pomp and circumstance and the fun of Palm Sunday, which I still do. And really, it is my favorite between Easter and today. But don't tell anyone. But I realize that we must see the truth of this day and open ourselves in this space where we are held together for a beautiful gift that we will be given. This is a beautifully curated concert that has been prepared for us. And we are invited in these moments to allow the music of this Palm Sunday to soothe our weary hearts and souls. We are, in fact, encouraged to be open to the hope we will hear, to the peace that is offered, to the joy we will experience, and to the love that is always and forever calling us forward to make the justice of Jesus a lived reality in our time and place. Receive now this gift for this day and the memories for all the days to come. Amen.